Yo, today's the day. I'll get my first 99 ever. The 99 strength is coming in. It won't be here, but this is sort of the place it all began. Not really on this account. I haven't done too many hill giants here, but back in the old days when my account, which got banned, I was messing around and I was very excited to get 69 strength, let alone 99 strength. Would sit at hill giants or at the spot where I will be getting my 99 strength at the goblin hut in Lumbridge, killing those level 2 goblins with 5 HP and picking up that iron dagger spawn that sits in the corner there. So we'll be making our way over there to hang out with some clan members from the free-to-play Ironman clan soon enough. But I just needed to be here on the day that I get 99 strength. You know what? I'll kill one with some attack XP here. Just to, who knows? Maybe we'll get a giant key. It's a bad start with the zeros, by the way, and a 2. When I kill the goblin, I'm gonna hope to get a 5 so I can get him in one hit because I need 17 XP. So more than one hit would be kind of anticlimactic. So these hits are freaking pathetic, man. Let's see where we end up. Nope. Just one big bone. All right. Well, before we get there to Lumbridge, I'll say goodbye to the hill giants for now, and just hop to a bank real quick. Lately, I've been going to Clan Wars to replenish my run or my prayer more often. I wish I had realized that sooner. I mean, I always did, because you used to be able to do it in Alcard because it wouldn't take you to Ferox. It would take you to that spot that was like where the Alcarid hill giants are now. But if you just teleport to Clan Wars now, it's in the wilderness, but it's in this little safe zone up here, and you can just drink from the pool and get full prayer. So there's 15 minutes until the 99 party. I'll just briefly touch on a couple things in the bank that have changed. The cash stack got up after I did a bunch of Obor kills. Those are at, let's see, 200 of each. I'm pretty sure that was not the case at the last video. I finished off some giant keys as part of the strength grind, and I did a bunch of moss giants to finish up the majority of that too. I ended up doing 100 more clues with the free-to-play Ironman Clan Bingo event, which was running in November. I needed to get a bingo square, which was a clue worth 100k or more, which is basically just mole slippers. I think that's the only way to do it, unless you get multiple uniques, which even then there's not a ton, which would even add up to 100k. But I managed to get it, and I got my last unique. I binked the frog slippers not once but twice to complete. Also, my music feels really fucking loud. Just a little bit there. Which I'm very happy about that. I got pretty lucky. I'm gonna, as I do some more stuff here, which I'll talk about in a second, I'll sort of talk about when I'm gonna splice in a few more clues, because I'd like to get to 1,000, but let's just get over to Lumbridge. I meant to hop on a little bit sooner onto this little preamble, or should I say pre-ramble, because that's what it always turns into. I didn't give myself much time at the bank at all. I'll probably go back and talk about a few things before this wraps up. I don't know if we're gonna do like a parade or nothing, but oh look. All right, so here we go. I had everybody meet up at this goblin hut. I spent so much time here, as I'm sure everyone did. Who's this guy? Yeah, there's always the goblin spawns in here. Here's that iron dagger spawn I was talking about. I would just pick up this thing all the time. I mean, feels like for no reason now, but it was just, I don't know. I don't know if it was a collection or we didn't know what we were doing back then, you know? Because I remember for, not Imp Catcher. What's the quest where you have to give like 15 bones to the wizard at Wizard's Tower? Is that for, I think it's part of Demon Slayer maybe? Yeah, I had to, I like wanted to almost like give my account to one of my quote friends, I guess, who got me into RuneScape in the first place. I was like, I don't know how to get 15 bones. Hello, you know. So it was just so many things were unfamiliar, and who knows what we were doing. I think I did at the time like base 50 combat stats, like all at the barbarian village or something, like getting like no drops, of course. Like Minotaurs is what a lot of people do now, or even Hill Giants is probably fine. So I prepared for the occasion the Team Cape. I somehow didn't actually pick up one of these. I was mentioning it in one of the, I think it was in the Rune Scimitar video. I mentioned I didn't actually have one of these. There's the little flag that nobody's holding right now, but maybe somebody will come in a second with one of those. These guys are following each other. I always thought that was a little bit weird, and I don't hate it, but it is what it is. I got my Freaky Forester hat, which I always wore this thing like all the time back in the day. That was my free-to-play Fashionscape before I even knew what Fashionscape was, and even now I don't really care about it. I don't keep hardly anything in my bank for that stuff anymore. So you gotta rock the Freaky Forester hat. The Defense MET trimmed. One of my favorite uniques. Not to mention the Zammy Skim. Pairs nicely with the red clan cape. And the full rune. Which of course was always the armor of choice in the free-to-play days. I have my attack selected, so I'm not super afraid to click on a goblin here and mess up the thing. I brought a couple more items too. I have the Hill Giant Club, which I of course got from my 200 Obor kills, the Bryophyta Staff from 200 Bryo kills, and my Black Pickaxe from my 600, now 700 Clue Scroll. So there's just there's so much of the free-to-play game, which of course I've exceeded well beyond, as everybody has really in the clan chat. If you're even in here to begin with, chances are you spent far more time than normal in the free-to-play game. Oops, I said that in the wrong chat. Man, it's filling up in here, baby. I always thought these little bones in the corner is funny. You could like stand on there and mess around, click on it, whatever. But this little iron dagger drop was the thing. Oh, somebody grabbed it. How dare they steal my iron dagger? I'm sure there's a timer for those sort of drops. I'm pretty sure there's a unique timer for different drops on here. But talking about the stats a little bit before we reach the 99. I don't see myself doing hardly any more boss kills. I've had weird amount of internet dropping issues in the past like couple months or so after I got upgraded to gig speed. I don't know if that had anything to do with it, but in any case, I don't really need to do more bosses anyway. I don't really care about climbing the leaderboards for these two, even though they both are my highest rankings on the leaderboards. I'm satisfied with each of these numbers. Maybe eventually I'll do more boss kills, but I don't see it happening for a long time. And with that in mind, like there's really hardly no way that I'm going to die on this account, so I'll just keep my hardcore status. The only way I could die is if I just go into the wilderness for some stupid reason, which I'll show you the proof once I get to the bank, which I might have seen it when I was scrolling through it before. I don't know if I actually clicked on it in Ferox. I have 2 runite ore rocks in my inventory because I really wanted to get rid of that bank filler that was next to the adamant ores, which I did, and I didn't realize how stupid of an idea it was at the time. Because apparently, I didn't know this. You can't teleport out of like super deep wildy where the rune rocks are. Not to mention, it's multi-combat, and you could just get teleblocked, snared, and destroyed by a whole party of 5 PKers at the rune rocks for no reason. So I brought my account, which I used to have members on for a short while. It's got like decent combat level-ish, not really. To like guide me up there, because I figured like, oh, well, I'll make sure no one's there first. Not that there ever would be anyone there. I guess if they were mining the rocks, but people are just hopping worlds up there anyway. But I managed to get in there and get out, and nobody had anything to say about it. So somehow I survived that one. But I don't see myself doing that again. You can unlock all the music tracks by just stepping over the ditch. So don't think I'll be going there anymore. So I should be able to keep the hardcore status for as long as I want. I have, of course, 99 strength coming in. I ended up with 93 hit points and 74 prayer. The method for doing this was like convoluted at best. I like to keep my goals in here, which I've been doing for a while now. That's a flashing message. And I'll keep the little, like, I don't know, justifications or explanations of the plans in here or something. So it started with this because I knew I wanted to get 80 prayer at some point, but just doing moss giants, let alone hill giants would be a little faster, but moss giants would be like really slow. And clearly it's going to take far more than 99 strength, because I think I wrote this down when I was 80 strength at the time or something. So as I've figured it out now, going from 80 to 90 attack won't even get me to the 80 prayer if I just do moss giants all the way. But if I do enough of the moss giants, I will not get to 99 of all 3 combats. I will get 80 prayer before then, based on some of the math I was doing on that. So I also wanted 80 crafting, so I figured I'll do the moss giants for the prayer XP, and then body golems for the rest of the combat XP to get 99 combats. And you get so many gems from the body golems that you figure you'd get a good amount of XP in crafting. At the time I was like 73-ish, and I figured I needed to do a certain amount of silver just crafting tiaras to get the rest of the way up to 80. So I was like, oh, well, I guess I'll just do that first. That way when it's time to do body golems, I can just craft, I can just cut the gems as I go, and then 80 crafting will just sort of happen around the time I finish body golems. There's some randomness to that there, unlike the prayer, but at least that was the plan. I didn't factor in any gems from the moss giants, which is, you know, it's not nothing. I have, of my moss giant kills, like I've done like, those are hill giants, of the 25,000 moss giants, and like probably like 12, maybe like, I don't know, 10,000 of those were the latest batch of them. I have like, you know, that's a decent amount of gems. It's not nothing. I'll get way more for the body golems, but you know, it's certainly worth counting, and I didn't at the time. Not to mention, I also want to do mining. I have another list item on here to get 99 mining. I was originally thinking I might do 99 mining and 99 strength at the same time, because that's part of the adventurer rank for the free-to-play Ironman clan. But once I got close enough to 99 mining, I couldn't wait. There's so many people in here. These guys are still just following each other. I almost wish they were just standing still, but it's all good. It's all good. I kind of want to swipe a iron dagger, but I think these guys are like actually just fighting over that dagger now, which is pretty funny. So anyway, that was the plan. I didn't account for all the extra crafting XP, and I figured out I need to do this many tiaras. I think it was something like, I don't know, like 10,000 tiaras or something, 11,000 tiaras. It took about like 40 hours or so, which compared to the strength, which was like, I don't know, like 230 hours or something like that. So it wasn't that much. I'm still always just taking like multiple weeks off, or watching the Celtics, or watching the Bruins, or watching the Patriots lose, and playing RuneScape on the side. So at the time of I think it was the 89 smithing video, or maybe the 400 clue video, I said it would be about about 3 or 4 months until I got the 99 strength, and it ended up being like 5 months. So I was fairly close on that one. So anyway, I'm probably going to end up getting this pretty easily after all the gems I got from mining and moss giants and everything else. So this will happen very slowly. I really do want 99 mining, but that's going to be almost as long as the strength took, if not a little bit longer. Not to mention it's actually surprisingly not that click intensive to mine all of the iron and bank it at the mining guild. You'd think it would be, but it's really not, because there's so much downtime when you're walking to the bank and back. So it's really pretty manageable. So who knows? Getting crashed is super annoying, but what can you do? The rest of the stats aren't going anywhere. These ones are staying. I almost wish the ranged was still 80, but I wouldn't have gotten all the rubies for the smithing grind, so that needed to happen anyway. Because I don't see myself doing 99 range anytime soon. And it's going to be my only 90 other than smithing. Because I think once I get the 99 mining, I'll be pretty close to just banging out the rest of the smithing. Because smithing XP is actually a little bit faster than mining XP, and I already have a ton of ores and bars already, so it's pretty close. I'm going to do more of the math once I finish this stuff. I don't have all those numbers prepared right now. And it depends on how many rubies I have too, which again depends on the moss giant, which depends on the body golems, which depends on the moss giants, which depends on the attacks. So it's not unclear exactly what I want to do first. So it's all good. It's all good. Let's see if anybody else wants to run by last minute here. I remember there were so many times when this little hut would be just filled with players fighting over the 6 or so goblin spawns which are in here, which is pretty funny in retrospect because there's just so many outside, and not to mention there's a bunch of other places where goblins are. You could kill cows, which are just, I think, just better in like every way than fighting in goblins, but that was just the thing you did, because they're just right across here's the spawn point right here, and you just walk across the bridge, and there you are. So this is where everybody was, and this is where I will get my 99 strength. All right. Here we go. My first ever 99. Let's kill this goblin right here. Boom! There it is. I don't know if your screen froze because I'm taking a screenshot, but the 99 strength has come in. And I hit a 5 too. That's got to be a sign of good luck for the rest of the account history. Let's go. Or the future of the account, I guess is what I should say. What is that shield? I don't know how loud my keyboard is. I'm getting a new one tomorrow because I'm so sick of my fucking keyboard that I have now. Oh yeah, he's doing the skill cape emote for me, which is pretty cool. Pretty fun. I'll have to watch it back to see all the messages come in. I almost couldn't see all of them at the time. But yeah, there's 99 strength, my first ever 99 in RuneScape. All my other, oh, that's funny. It doesn't show. I've never seen it. Like, you know what I mean? Like all these little things I've never seen before. Like the size of the drop down changes, of course, because they don't need to show your remaining XP and all that. So that 13 million number always was so far off. And we got a genie just for shits and giggles. You know what I'm gonna put it on? The one I've always been putting it on for the past probably like years. So for a while I was doing smithing because I figured it whatever to make the ruby grind shorter. But now I realize it should have been prayer all along. Some people will do rune crafting, but who cares? Rune crafting is super AFK and it would be nice, but the prayer XP is just so slow. I'm always happy to do a prayer lamp. But yeah, that's 99. All right, quick parade. All right, let's do it. I hope these guys do the parade correctly. Let's see. The way to do it is to just keep inching forward if you're the guy in the lead. That way people don't just start stacking up, or if they're behind the wrong person, it will be pretty easy to tell. Let's walk to greater demons. Yeah, that's an idea. All right, let's see. How's the line coming? Not bad, not bad. I don't think I see. Oh, there's a little doubling happening right there. I wonder if they'll fix it or just say fuck it. Well, oh. I don't know if he just despawned. Well. So let's just do a quick little tour of the free-to-play world. Why not? A lot of times people will wear the cape and they'll carry the little banner, but I don't think anybody has that in our little party that we have going this time. Yeah, see, I would almost always, when I used to play, there was this little like jump spot, this agility thing now, which is in this little corner right here. But I guess this little cutaway right here was always a thing, but I don't think I ever knew that this little shortcut was here. That goes past the Champions Guild where the Chronicle teleports you. It's a cool little trick, because I would always just go around this side over here and then up this way of when I was getting up to Varrock. I always have to dodge the Dark Wizards so they don't mess you up. I don't think, I don't know how many like skiller people we have, but let's just go straight through anyway and hope nobody gets beamed by a stray earth blast. I think we're good. I think, oh yeah, I think she was waiting for somebody else to say it. Look out, Atlas. Yeah, here we come. I talk with some of these guys and girl on voice chat every once in a while. Definitely, if it wasn't for the client chat, I wouldn't be playing this as much as I have, of course. But yeah, this was always the route that I'm gonna end up doing, going through the Barbarian Village, across into Falador, and then past south in there through Port Sarim into Draenor, and then back to Lumbridge again, and that will be where we stop at the spawn point. So the last video was something like 40 minutes of me rambling, and of course no one's gonna end up watching this whole thing anyway. Oh, let's go. Was he at the? Yeah, he was. Let's just roll by him with the parade. I'm just gonna roll the parade right past him. A non-parader, how dare you? I mean, I've skipped a few parades for parties myself, I can't lie. Oh, is that somebody got a quizmaster or something? A quizmaster. That's not a bad excuse for skipping a parade, I would say. I could go up Ice Mountain or into Camdozel. I don't know, or into the Dwarven Mines, of course. Would always go through here. I spent a very long time bouncing into the mysterious ruins here at the body altar with my 70 runecrafting. The 70 runecrafting, like thinking back on it, didn't even take that much time compared to the 99 strength, the 99 mining, and the 80 prayer goal. Because I can actually see it on here. Here's the goal. I think because I buried a big bone when I was at the Hill Giants. And I need to do like 10,000 more. That XP per hour is obviously wrong, but it's going to take a very long time. I think it's something like 350, 360 hours to go on that one, or something ridiculously stupid sounding. Will I finish it eventually? Probably. When? I don't fucking know. Who knows? Where are we going? I guess it's cutting me through the garden. That's kind of fun. Nope, that's actually just going to go around this little thing here. That's fun. I'm currently doing a good amount here at the Falador Bank, going back and forth into the mining guilds. This is the route I take. Highlight this little bank square and run back and forth here to do all my mining trips. I've found that it's better to actually not use the these total 500 750 total worlds for the mining as much as you might think it is, because like whenever people are hopping trying to find a spot for iron rocks, like this is always where they go. So I try to find another one, because this server right now, this is like the home world for the clan technically, so we usually do all the parties and that sort of stuff on this one. But this is a UK server, so my ping's like 100. It doesn't matter for like Moss Giants, like hardly at all, really. I mean, it kind of does. For like, it's better to have less. Like usually the lowest it goes for me is like 30 or 40 or so. But that's only for the United States East server. So I'll find one of those for mining, because you're clicking on the rocks constantly. Oops, I fucked it up a little bit. I clicked on a tree and now everybody's got a little cut. That's fun. I'm going to do the route, which I also never did back in the day to get to Draenor faster, is to go through the back door of the Lumbridge Castle, which eventually I found as part of doing clues and running back and forth after teleporting to Lumbridge all the time. If I just sort of go this way and point myself towards the castle. Although I almost never go the opposite direction. I don't think well, I'm sure I have, but I can't remember it. Like, it's been a very long time. But thanks everybody for coming out. Say F2P ult. I thought, oh wait, say F2P ult. That's the guy, free to play wiki, I think. Sounds right. Sounds right. I think they operate that site. It's pretty cool. They're not in the clan chat. Maybe they're in 385 or Paradise or free to play or who knows. The clans always bicker, man. I mean, nobody is actually watching this whole stupid video, but if you were and you are and you bicker about clans, like just chill out, man. It's fine. Like, who cares? Like, this clan is technically closed. Some clans are open. Some clans are whatever. Some, like, I don't know. There's too much bickering between the clans. It drives me fucking nuts. Like, we're all just clicking on RuneScape and not paying for the game. Like, I don't know. Chill out. It's fine. Life goes on. But yeah, here we are where it all began. I could talk to Hans to do the age, but now you can just see it right here. 85 days played. It just crossed 2,000 hours not too long ago. So there's that. There's the account. There is 99 strength, my first ever 99. Speedrun F2P. Yeah, complete all the quests and everything. 200 mil win. Probably never. And by probably, I mean certainly never. The, 898 days for that guy. 898 days? No. Oh, that must have been when his account got created. Yeah, okay. Actually, yeah, I might as well see that because I don't know if I can see that. Okay, yeah, 1698 days. Jesus Christ, that feels longer than I would have thought. You can't see the calculator on my screen, but that is just over 4.5 years. Feels like it wasn't that long ago. Average of 6 hours a day? Jesus Christ. Oh, well, they're probably thinking if it was 898 days or something. But yeah, let me just go back to Castle Wars real quick. And I'll just talk about the bank real quick before I get out of here. See if anybody chases me down. Probably not. Oh yeah, and I ended up crafting my 2 other scimitars with the skimmy kits. So I have the full set of those now. Pretty sick. I used to rock the Gothics. Of the armor trim sets, I would use Gothics the most. I never really wore much of the Zammy stuff, but I like the red for the clan. So, if this was back in the day, I would have made the Zammy skim or the Gothic skin. Jesus Christ, the Gothic scimitar first. Ceradomin, probably second, to be honest. I never really wore Zammy for much stuff. And of the scimitars here, I probably like the Gothics the most. I don't know. It's close. They're all pretty cool. And I got the mace, of course, from all the Camdozel stuff. The shoulder parrots from all the clues. And same comment for the black pickaxe. So many, many items. Okay, so the cash stack is up to like 10 mil. I haven't sold any really of my iron plate bodies. I could just sell them all at once and just make a certain amount on it. But I don't know. I'd rather sell them meaningfully. It would probably take about no idea. At least 4 hours, at least 4 or 5 hours to just hop worlds constantly and sell them all at five plate bodies per world. Maybe I'd go to 10 if I'd want to do some math to figure out how much I'd be cutting my profits by doing that, but I don't really need the money unless I end up buying runes for Magic XP down the line. But Magic is going to be very far behind on my list of skills, and I already have a big stockpile of Chaos runes and Death runes, which is only going to keep growing, so not too ready to think about selling those yet. The iron ore stack and the iron bar stack continues to grow slowly. I'm not sure if I'm going to end up doing more mining or more attack XP. Probably more mining, to be honest. Oh, this was supposed to be for a Shiva rank also. Oh shit, I totally forgot about that. Clan Special Forces. I don't actually know what he's talking about. Oh yeah, this is my my bald RuneScape man. I ended up with a bunch of steel bars from all the Moss Giants. I wasn't actually picking them up, I realized, and then because I'd always take just like a random thing of items for whenever I run out of kebabs at Moss Giants, whenever I need to do a food run, or whenever I got a clue or something back when I was doing a bunch of clues at Moss Giants, and I was just picking up black square shields or mithril swords or steel kites or whatever they happen to drop. But I won't be going to sell those for money, and like it's not going to be that much, especially compared to 19,000 plate bodies. So eventually I realized, like, why even bother picking those up? I should just focus on the steel bars, which is what I started doing somewhat recently. Feels first time talking to Charlie after. Oh yeah, because they did an update to Charlie where you can you don't actually have to fish or craft or cook or whatever you want to do with the items first. You can just give it to them straight up, which I'm not a huge fan of, but it is what it is. Here's the list of gems. I'm going to cut all these once I have enough for 80 crafting, which I talked about before. Here's my 2 rune rocks after my certainly dubious, probably bad decision to run into the wilderness and risk my hardcore status for those, but I will never do it again. But I no longer have a bank filler in this spot, so that's it's not worth nothing, that's for sure. It's worth something. All these are pretty much the same. We did part of the bingo event was there was a tile on the bingo squares to get 2 of each bead. And I figured if I'm ever going to be into an item collection, which I don't really think I will, it might be collecting these beads, because I always thought that was a pretty cool little part of Imp Catcher and the free-to-play experience in general, is that there's all these imps walking around, and there's a bunch of them on Karamja that you can kill and pick up the beads. It's about like 1 in 18, I think, for each bead. So who knows? Maybe I'll do a collection of these if I don't feel like getting any more skilling, or if I don't feel maybe if I don't feel like getting skilling XP, and my combats are all 99s with the exception of prayer, because my intention is to, once I get 80 prayer and 80 crafting, I'm just going to stop doing all of them entirely. Like getting to 90 prayer, let alone 99 prayer, is just, it's not attainable. It just takes so long. I don't think it's worth it, because I don't see myself doing a whole lot of post 99 XP for these combat stats. Who knows? Maybe it'll happen someday, but in any case, I'm probably going to be doing body golems for a lot of that training anyway, because if I do care about post 99 XP, it'd probably be for smithing, which I want the rubies on, in which case it makes more sense to do body golems anyway. So that's probably the plan there, is to just get 80 of these and then just stop and not get any more XP, which is another reason why I might not want to update these. I see my little mic bar like maxing out on OBS occasionally when I like talk into it too loud. I hope it doesn't cut out when I do that. I don't think it does. All right, let's wrap this thing up. I adjusted the clue tab slightly. I realized it was kind of stupid to keep all of the extra clue items that I'm just never going to use. So I just dumped them. That's all the leather stuff, the shrimps, the cabbages, all the steel items. I think there's some iron items in there too. I was holding on to those in the last video. If you look at my bank, there's like a shitload of them in there. I just decided to get rid of them and only keep the black items. I do have the full set, by the way, which is pretty rare. I ran a bunch of numbers after the clue video. I don't know if I mentioned that on the strength video, on the scimitar. Wait, no, yeah, because the clue video was the latest one, yeah. So since then, I did a lot of simulating with some program that I wrote up to open 10 million runs of 600 clue caskets to see how likely it is to get a certain amount of uniques. What I found is that the average number of beginner clues you have to open to get all of the uniques is around 640-ish. If you open 600, you're 45% to get all of them, including the black pickaxe. And I was missing exactly one. So I was certainly not in the minority there. And the actual number that I got my final unique on when I got the frog slippers was 633, which is nearly dead on average. It's within 2 of the average or something like that. So I couldn't be more normal on those clues. Even my max of 8 for a unique is also very standard too. The average max after doing 600 clues is something like 7.5 or something like that. So even that number is pretty similar. So all in all, can't complain. I'll have to do some more adjusting of my numbers to figure out how likely it is to get all of the black items, because some of them you can get in shops or drops or other things. I think there's a list of 5 or 6 that you can only get with clue scrolls, and I have them all. And there's just my last couple of scimitars and my clan stuff. Oh yeah, this is the flag. You probably won't see me wearing it in any more videos, so I'll just show it here. Pretty cool. See, this is more like a gray color, whereas on the cape it's more of a white color. I can't tell if that's just the lighting. Maybe it is, or if that's intentional, but pretty cool. It's very tall. It's meant for, I think it's meant for Castle Wars, when you do this dumbass activity up here that I still don't understand. The only way I'm gonna end up doing Castle Wars probably is if I get a stale baguette, because I think the collection log max for free to play is something like 86. I think it's somewhere in the 80s currently for free to play, including all of these beginner clue scroll items, whatever stuff you can get in this miscellaneous tab, which includes shaman mask, stronghold of security things, moss giants, hill giants. I think this is all I can get from this tab. There's Camdozel items, which I'd have to do some more mining for to get the rest of these. It wouldn't take that long to do these. There's a few more random events, which I have all of except for the stale baguette, which is just, of course, extremely rare, because I think it's 1 in 150 from the Quizmaster. So if I get this, then that will mean I have a shot at the maxed out collection log, which would be kind of cool. I know Kat has it and a few other people have it. But the number of Castle Wars items there are is it's pretty ridiculous. I think there's 20 free to play Castle Wars items, and you need all of the tickets to get them. The number of tickets actually means nothing to me because I don't really have a good concept of how many tickets you can get per hour or something like that. But I think it's going to be about 300. I think it's 200 hours of AFKing at Castle Wars, just splashing or something. I mean, maybe if I want to do Magic XP, then that's a time to do that. But that's not exactly my idea of a good time. I care less and less about the EHP on the free to play wiki. They recently adjusted it like a month ago or so, to reflect some like insane XP rates that are just like I don't know. They're pretty unattainable unless you're like sweating it out and like not necessarily tick manipulating, but like you're like super maximizing your clicks, like staring at the screen constantly, which of course I'm never gonna do. So, like for instance, my EHP I think got lowered by around 300 hours. It was at like 1400, and I think it's dipped down to about 1100 at the time they made the update. A ton of that was prayer, because they adjusted the bonus XP that you're expected to get during combats. Because previously, if you just did like Moss Giants or something, you'd be getting strength EHP, of course, and then I was also getting prayer EHP for all the bones I was burying. But I think now you're expected to get a certain amount. I was basically getting 0 EHP in prayer, and that could be because I'm like super negative and it just doesn't want to display a negative number. I think it could be that, because my EHP is 0 rather than some negative thing. Maybe they just hard coded it so it doesn't actually display negative EHP, because that's a weird concept, and it kind of makes sense. I mean, if you're going to decrease EHP, then you might as well just make the whole number negative, I would think. Or I'm exactly on the bonus XP, which also doesn't really make sense, because they would probably go off of body or moss giant, Jesus Christ, hill giants rather than moss giants. Although even that is I'm not totally sure about, because the rate for prayer XP is so much different in relation to your combat XP. Not that they would know which one I'm doing based on the EHP calculation, but who cares about that? Yeah, but that's about it. My first ever 99 is 99 strength. The date is December 2nd, 2022. I think I first started playing RuneScape when I was around like 9 or 10, and I would have been like 2006 or 2007, maybe somewhere around there. So it's been a long time. Who knows when the next 99 will be? It'll probably be mining. It's either going to be mining or attack. There may be a video in between. Who knows? There's not a whole lot to talk about anymore. I uploaded a Modern Warfare 2 clip recently. I've been playing a good amount of that. That game is fun when it doesn't crash. I tell you what, that game has a lot of issues, but it's pretty fun. But anyway, that's it. Thanks for coming to the 99 party. Thanks for watching the video. See you.